Hey, how's it going? I know by reading the title, you already know the basis of this video, but I'm going to take the first minute or two to explain it myself. Firstly, this entire video is inspired by another Mordhau YouTuber, Lara by the way, and the exact videos of hers is in the description below. Anyways, in this video of hers, she shoots a catapult ball out of the air with a crossbow, saving her and her teammates. This got me thinking. What exactly can you shoot out of the air with ranged weaponry in Mordhau? As a result of this, I tested it to see if you could shoot the following out of the air. A catapult ball, which is confirmed but I tried anyway, a mortar ball, a ballista bolt, throwable rocks, throwables, more specifically a javelin and other people's arrows. So me and my friend went and attempted each of these until we could do it consistently and or if we failed after 20 minutes of trying. Our first test was on the mortar. Me and my friend headed to Crossroads on a private server, and I proceeded to shoot mortar balls at him and vice versa. This one ended up being completely possible to do, although initially challenging. Once you understood the speed of the projectile shot by the mortar, it really wasn't that hard to pull off, and we're able to do it consistently back to back without dying. Alright, let's see if we can do it again. This clip here is just my attempt at shooting the mortar ball midair. The second test was the catapult. Now, I already knew this was possible, but I still decided to test it so I could put all the tests on a scale of easiest to hardest to pull off at the end of it all. Now we're trying the catapult shots, and I left this mostly unedited because it was done in so few attempts. Right. I'm just gonna throw this in here. So he did not record his mic, but he recorded the desktop audio, which I opted out not to do, which is why some points are silent. So my recording. But yeah, so you're just gonna hear me talking, and it's gonna sound like I'm talking to no one, but I'm actually talking to Vino. He just has his mic muted. I mean, I can pull back and it'll shoot faster, but it'll also go further. Alright. Significantly easier than the mortar, I'm assuming. I was afraid that some people were going to call out that we're doing it from such straight positions, so I decided to try to shoot the catapult from more of a weird angle, and it really didn't make it much harder. The third test was Throwable rocks. There's not much to say about this one, as I'm assuming almost everyone already knew these can be hit out of the air with just about anything. So this, much like the catapult, was for ranking purposes only. After Vino shot his shot, it was now my attempt at shooting the throwable rocks out of the air. The fourth test was a dreaded ballista. I say this as me and my friend Vino spent a total of 30 minutes straight trying to shoot a ballista bolt out of the air until we eventually gave up. Now, although we gave up, I'm sure it's still possible, as I'm assuming the physics that the ballista work on is the same as the mortar and catapult. By this, I mean the projectiles obviously don't only hit when a person, or a building, or a ground is connected to it. They must also be able to be stopped by any other hitbox, thus an arrow hitbox, or another ballista bolt should be able to do the trick. Keep in mind, this is just theoretical though, as the actual ballista bolt was too difficult to shoot out of the air. Again, after Vino, it was my attempt to now start shooting the ballistas, and this was truly a difficult task. I even got a third person to come and try to tell us the side angle, if we're like closer or where to aim, and we still couldn't pull it off. The fifth test was trying to shoot another arrow out of the air. This, much like the ballista, was a failure. Although it is possible to hit an arrow out of the air with a melee weapon, which pretty much only happens on accident, purposely hitting another arrow out of the air with a bow or crossbow is too difficult to be practical in any sense. Much like the ballista, me and my friend Vino were trying to aim at the same spots and even had my third friend come and try to direct us, and it still just wasn't possible. The sixth and final test was shooting throwables, more specifically my javelins, out of the air, which honestly wasn't as hard as I thought it'd be, as my friend Vino did it within the first 3 tries. Now, time for ranking. Out of the 6 trials, throwable rocks and throwables were the easiest by far, only taking 1 to 3 attempts to be able to do it consistently. Next, the catapult, being the next easiest, would, if on a tier list, only be about a D+, where the mortar was significantly harder, at about a B+ in difficulty. Now, the ballista and the arrows, though, on a scale would be like S+. It was way too hard to hit them to even make it practical to even think about in an actual match. And that's all I got for you in the realm of Mordhau testing for now. Let me know what you thought of this video, if you've ever seen a ballista shot out of the air, etc. And I'll see you in the next one.